This is my forever world. And it's the first time I've actually recorded here since 1.18, aside from my yearly Star Wars episode. I have a walk of fame of everyone who I've ever invited on. Some people have been here for tours. Some people actually stayed and bought and built something. Some people are notorious and they fall from things, so I've put them in precarious situations. But the point is I've been looking around lately. Some things have changed quite a bit, and some things haven't really changed at all. About a year and a half ago, I was talking with an old friend about some old SMP builds, how I was very proud of a lot of them, and how it's kind of sad I don't see them anymore. And then it occurred to me, I have a forever world. I'll just rebuild them here. I have rebuilt my mage tower from season 4. Now, if you've been around since Autocraft of season 3, you might recognize this build. This is my cathedral, my dark cathedral that I never really properly named, and the staircase is broken. That's fine. I'll fix it later. But I do have a chamber underneath it that goes to a sacrificial chamber, which was part of the huge part of my storyline for that season. A few days ago, I started clearing out the area to rebuild it, and that's when it hit me. I can finish this. I can finish this and all of my other builds the way I want to, with no deadlines, no season ends, no time restrictions. So let's head over to a test world and do this the way I wanted it to be. Let's do it properly. Welcome to my test world. This is a conglomeration of everything that I've started building, ideas I've thrown around, and everything for I don't know how many years now at this point. There's a lot here. But what we're worried about is this thing. So this is what the chamber originally looked like on the outside, to save these tiny pieces up front. These are things that I only just added about 10 minutes ago or so. I decided I wanted to bring a little bit more life into the face of these buildings rather than just looking like they were just empty buildings, which is all really I had time for at the moment. But kind of like these little accents, I'm going to change this one up just a little bit. I want to give that one a bit more dimension. I like how this one is collapsed and fallen apart. I'm going to also be able to incorporate some of the new materials. I do like the gray bark on the pale oak, and the tuff actually makes really good rune material if you've never played with it. You can make some very, very nice runes out of it. So these are the 4 original shapes that I started with. Initially, this was all going to be in stone and cobblestone and mossy like this, and then I converted it to these 4. So the entire outside of this barrier, of the city walls here, are a combination of those 4 buildings. Now, what I think I want to do is add a couple of more. I want 2 more variants, 3 more variants, maybe a rectangular one, maybe a circular one, and then I'm going to stick them so they're, about here and looming over these sets, so it looks really dense. So I'm still kind of in the mindset of I don't want to see buildings except for that and the shadows behind them. And I'm kind of thinking that I either want the buildings up front really close, and then I'll use subverted lighting by I'll knock out a stair here and put lights here so you can kind of see the lighting underneath, so you get a better idea of depth. And it is going to be taller and further back. So that means I'm going to have to extend the size of this thing by quite a bit. The ceilings are going to end up moving up a fair amount in order to make this work. But let's get started on new shapes, and we will figure out what I want and where. During the redesign efforts, I ended up creating 5 new buildings, 4 new variants of those buildings, adding rooftop decor, windows, doors, etc. I do love me a TNT carpet bomber, but I don't want to use them on this world, so everything is done by hand. I'm already at 3.9 million blocks mined, so what's another 350,000? Resource-wise, the thing that actually gave me the most trouble was black dye. After going through 15 shulkers of black concrete, I ended up using black wool for the rest of it because I realized that it's going to be dark enough you can't see the texture difference, and then I still ended up going through 9.5 shulkers. I ended up AFKing at my sheep farm just to get enough to finish it out. The fact that I had to advocate my sheep farm tells me that I need to expand my infrastructure a little bit. I've been mulling over ideas and what I need to do there and how to resolve that issue. I did gather and keep almost every single block mined, so out of this I probably have 2 double chests of shulkers of deep slate and another 3 double chests of shulkers of stone. As if I needed more, but you know, I kept it. And with that, this is finished. I like the ominous feeling of having the buildings wrapped all the way around you. So you've got people watching you no matter where you are. Oh dear. The buildings are not wrapped all the way around. I have a glaring oversight. Right there. You see, now I need to add a couple more layers of buildings back there, which means I need to push that wall back another 20 block. You know what? That's a project for another day. Lord have mercy. How did I miss that? How did I miss that? Oh well, you know what? It's fine. So, if I could face palm in a game right now, I would. So I ended up using a lot more glow lichen than I thought I was going to, because I wanted to give the buildings a bit more depth to give this a really nice omnipresent feeling. And I'm wondering if I didn't use too much. Would have been enough to light the ones at the back and the ones at the front and leave the ones in the middle kind of darker? Or does it look better being able to see things? I don't know. I'm curious. For those of you who actually like leave comments, I'm curious to know how people feel about it, because I'm still on the fence, and getting a secondary opinion is not a bad idea. So now I'm going to turn on Fulbright because I want to show you what it actually looks like without it being so dark. So you can kind of get a much better view and idea of what I've done here and how things are laid out. You can see I've got this layer is the initial first layer that went all the way around. I ended up using a lot of carpet to stop spawns because I kept getting shot at and it was really annoying. I added the variations for the tough variations here, another tough variation here. Back here, I've added this one so you can so it kind of blocks the view this way. And I did the same thing. I'm turned around. I did the same thing over here, and it goes all the way down. The other thing to note is I've started, have not finished, to take the deep slate all the way down the bottom, all the way around. That is something I'm going to do after I'm done and wrap this video up, because that's something that's kind of important to me. I want this to be contiguous, and I have enough deep slate. I have plenty. Trust me, I have tons of deep slate. So I'm looking forward to that, to having that finished. I need to... That's frustrating. That's gonna bother me more than you know. More than anything else, that right there is gonna bother me more than anything else that it's not finished. It's that right. Okay, that will be done later. It's later. It counts. It still counts. While I was doing this, I had another idea. I'm always having ideas. I want to push this wall back one more block, and then use the pale oak wood and use as bracers, and just give it a bit more depth, because I mean, I like it, but it's still flat. It would make it a bit more interesting. This is one of those projects I don't think are ever really gonna be done. I mean, it'll be close to being done, and it is close to being done, but there's just lots of little things that I want to do to improve on it. But I'm very happy with it. But with that, we're going to call this episode here. This has taken me so much longer than I thought it was going to. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. I have a couple more episodes that I need to work on. I got one more for Spectrum. If you're into modded Minecraft, there's a great mod that's on Fabric and is moving to NeoForge called Spectrum. It is bonkers, and there's a lot to it. It's very involved, and so I've done a couple how-to guides on it. I have to get back to Autocraft. I have like 4 projects, 3 episodes, like half done that I need to finish. I'm so behind. Anyway, thank you for being here. I will see everyone again soon. Goodbye for now.